Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this creative space. And in this space, we talk about everything that has to do with creativity, not just sewing acts, lifestyle, every single thing. So, today we're going to be talking about how to cut a flay gown. And I'll be using just my tape, my scissors, my ruler, and my chalk, and most importantly, my fabric. So, yeah, let's get right into it. This is my fabric. This is a 3 yard fabric, so you can see I have to manage. Yes. Yeah, so this is it. I folded my fabric into two, and then after I fold it into two, I flipped it to give me this cone shape. If you want to get a perfect 180-degree flay, you have to flip it like this. Make sure it's giving you this kind of shape. This is not a 360 flay, so it's not going to be that full or really round. This is a 180 flay. So what I did was I measured my waist. My waist is 7 inches, that is including my sewing allowance. So I measured my 7 inches and I marked it. And then the length for my gown is 27 inches plus my allowance. It's a short gown, yes. So what I did was I measured 27-degree round because I do not have um a curve rule. If I had a curve rule, I wouldn't need to go all round like that. I could just use the curve rule to connect these 3 points. But then, to avoid mistakes or error, I had to make sure I am making the dots close to each other so that joining the lines or joining the dots won't be an issue. I won't have a problem, or it's not going to give me the shape I want. So you could see when the lines are close to each other, it's really easy to connect the points. So I had to measure 1 inch allowance for my hemming. Yes, so you can see I measured the 1 inch. Still, I had to measure the points close to each other so that connecting them won't be an issue. It will just be really easy. So after using that, I made use of my ruler to connect the lines together. So just like as I'm doing, just as you see me doing, this is what you are to do. So if you are yet subscribed to this channel, please do so that you get notified whenever I put or upload a new video. Yes. So as you can see, I am cutting out the marked part or the points I marked. It's really good to mark these things before cutting it to avoid errors or mistake, especially when it's not your fabric. If it's your own, now it will be, it's my clothes, but this is somebody's own, so you should mark before putting the scissors. So this is the 180 flay. You can see it's not full, it's not that full, it's a 180 flay. So let's move straight into the upper part, which we call the half cut, right? Yes. So like I said, this is a 3 yard. That means I have to manage every single part of this fabric. So I picked up this part. As you can see, it's the part I cut out the flay from. And I saw it would be enough for the back. So I just decided to use it. Now, my shoulder is 15. This is a basic measurement you need. So when you know your shoulder is 15, what you do is you divide it by 2 to get your actual shoulder, which will be 7.5. So what I did was, okay, I took this other part of the fabric and measured 15. This will be for the front part. You can see this place is joined together, while the other one is separated. And as we all know, the back part will certainly be separate. It's the zipper that will join them together. So what I did was I used my ruler to measure that 15 and cut it out, as you see me doing. Okay, tell me, why have you not subscribed yet? Yes, you. It's you I'm talking to. Be cool. Subscribe. You get it? And don't forget to hit that notification button so that you get notified whenever your girl drops a new video. So I'm cutting out the English part, or we call it the English mouth. So I'm cutting it out. Yes, so I measured again to make sure I have my 15 inches, and I try to measure the bust to just know if I'll be getting what I want. I'm trying to manage this material, like I said. So I went back to the back part, and then I cut out the English mouth too. because it won't be nice seeing it in my clothes. So I cut it out. Yes. So I measured my shoulder, sorry, my length, which is 15, I marked. And then I measured my shoulder, which is 7.5. I measured my shoulder 7.5. And then my arm depth, which is 7. I measured my arm depth to 7. Okay, before that, I connected the points together. And then I measured my arm depth, which is 7. Sorry, I did my shoulder slope. I went down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slope. So it's from my shoulder slope I now measured my arm depth, which is 7 centimeter. I don't know why I'm saying degrees. Anyway, it is 7 centimeter. So I connected that line together, and then I just give it an angle shape. Yes. So how to get my arm curve? What I did was I divided my arm depth by 2. I went in by 1 inch, and then I measured my actual bust. That's my real measurement for the bust without adding allowance. Without adding allowance. Mm? I measured my actual bust without adding allowance. So what I did was I connected the 3 points from my actual bust to the midpoint of my arm depth and my shoulder slope. You can see it. This is it. I connected the 3 points together, and this is what I got. So what I'm going to do is I will measure my bust. Now I'll be including my allowance. So whatever measurement you have, you divide it by 4, and then you add your 2 inch allowance. Same as the waist, you divide it by 4 and add your 2 inch allowance. I am so damn used to freehand. Can you see me? Anyways, if you have sewing tools or sewing instruments, please use them. Use them. So I cut whatever I had. I cut it out. Yes. So this is the back. This is what I got for the back. This is what it's looking like. Then I'll be cutting my neckline. My neckline is 3.5. And my neck depth, I measured, I think, 2. Anyways, depending on how deep you want your neckline to be. Anyways, I won't be using this neckline. I just cut it out to just help me get my markings right for the next part. So this is my back. Now I'll just place it on the front. I am not doing a bustier, a princess dart, or anything. It's just normal dart. So I really don't need to add extra allowance to the front, since I'll be making the same dart. That's the dart I make for the front. That's what I'll be making for the back too. The only difference is that I'll be adding a bust dart. That is at the bust part. Yes. So what I did was I cut whatever I had at the back for the front too. So what I did was I opened the top, I opened the front. Like I said, that neckline I measured, I won't be using it for anything. So I measured my chest line, which is 6. So this is a one arm cloth. It has just one arm. So what I'm going to do is I'll connect my neckline, you get, from my neckline down to my chest point. So you can see it's giving me that curve. Please, I will always emphasize on this. If you have the sewing materials, like the cover would have done a better job, but then I don't have it, so I had to just improvise. So this is it. This is what I got. And then I want the same measurement for the back. It has to be the same thing. So I just placed the front on the back. I didn't even see my needle. If not, it would have been much more easier. I would have pinned it together, cutting it out won't be an issue. So I just had to make sure I balance it so that there won't be an issue when joining it together. So you can see, right? I'll cut it out now. I'll cut it out. I really don't need to mark. Okay, so you haven't subscribed yet, right? Okay, this is my final time asking you to subscribe to my channel. Just do it for your girl. It won't hurt. You get right. So you can see I've cut it out. You can already see how the guy is looking. This one arm. So I tried to put the fleece, just see what I'm going to get. And you see, oh gosh, I'm loving it. So one of the arm will be flay and the other will be straight. Yes, that is how the person in question wants this clothes. So I was trying to even think where I would get the flay from. But then I remembered, oh, the fabric is still remaining. I folded it into four. Now this is going to be a 360 flea, a perfect 360 flea. Then now let's see how we're going to get it. I'll fold my fabric into four, as you can see me doing. I folded it into four, and then I just cut round because I knew what I wanted. But if you don't, you need to get your measurements and then you measure round. You can see, right? I just measured because I felt this would be enough. So you're going to measure whatever you have on this part round. So I had 8. I kept measuring 8 round. I kept measuring 8 round. Like I said, make sure the place you're marking and all the points you're marking are close to each other, so connecting them won't be difficult. So I kept connecting the points together, as you can see me doing. Yes. So after I cut out the circle, I cut out the one in that's the top part. You can see it. This is a perfect 360 fleet, a perfect circle. You can see it was giving me that girl, So if you're cutting your own flare, you are not having anything like this, because follow this pattern and you get it. So what's running is the other arm. Like I said, this is a 3 yard, so the material was not even enough. I just had to just do something. So the arm length was 10. I measured 10. That's including my allowance. Any measurement you see measure here, just know I have added my allowance to it. I'm sorry, I am not including it to the voiceover. Yeah, so I already measured I measured 8. That's the shoulders, the arm slope, and then I just cut it out. You can see I didn't cut this one exactly. I didn't cut it on the markings. I had my reasons because I wanted enough allowance, and then I marked the center points to help me when I'm fixing it. Yeah, you could do that too. It will really help you. So thank you for watching, family. Thank you for watching, and I hope you get your perfect flavor when you're making yours.